Hey guys, Chaps here, and it's time for the weekly developer stream recap. There's actually some pretty big news in here this week, so let's not delay and let's just hop right into it.
Question about scrap card about the scrap card stuff.
Scrap cards feature, please, I beg you. It's kind of, if this is our list, it's kind of right here on like the cusp of the list. This is something that is being looked at. I don't want you to think that it's going to happen. I don't want you to think it's not going to happen. This is literally one of those ones that I'm kind of like, we understand why you guys want it. It totally makes a bunch of sense. And it's just one of those ones right now that we're waiting to kind of just see on how a few other things break.
Well, that's kind of disappointing. It's been a feature requested since launch. At one point they said it was coming, and people were pretty happy. I'm guessing that people stopped begging for it, or at least they let up a little bit once it was confirmed that they were planning on adding it. But nope, not looking likely right now, and that's pretty unfortunate. I wonder how differently things would have played out if they never actually announced it to begin with. Like, if people just kept on asking for it over and over again, maybe it would have been prioritized a bit more.
Is Thrashball still a thing in the Gears 4-5 era, or did the sport die? I don't know. Can one of you guys message Bonnie and ask her? We're going to do this real time. We're going to answer this question because this is what I want to know. Okay,
maybe I'm just going crazy here, but I could have sworn that Thrashball was confirmed to be a thing still. Not only that, but I thought it was something about like robots playing it now in some robot Thrashball league. Like it's a sport, but it's being played by DBs or something. I don't know, man. Maybe I just had a strange dream about it at some point.
But please continue to keep in mind potential mod support for the future of any other Gears spin-offs mainline series games. Gears 1 and PC thrive with it. The community will thrive and improve. Yeah, Terry, that is a great point. And I know that was something that when we were looking at Gears Tactics, the mod thing was something that because it's not just like, because like, for example, Tactics is a great example. The game is moddable, but we didn't really set up with mod tools, so to speak. And the simple fact of the matter is, as that game was coming in, we just didn't have, it just got scoped out.
I can grab one, but actually I want to quickly follow up on something we talked about last week, which is the chainsaw stuff, if that's okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. Do that, please.
So you just to give you all a heads up if you can't remember, we answered the question about the design of the chainsaw button or the retro charge button. That actually is intended, but there was a bug, and that has been identified by the team, and they're working on it, where if you were to rev your chainsaw or charge your Lancer GL and get shot, it would automatically reload, which was not intended. So there is a work in progress to fix that. So that should be a little bit of good news, at least, for those who are getting frustrated with trying to chainsaw, get stunned, and then it automatically reloads.
I am so glad to see that this is finally properly acknowledged. Well, at least it's properly acknowledged for the first time since Michael mentioned it way back in, like, Op 3 or something. Anyways, according to Michael on the forums, the fix is in, and we should be seeing it in the next title update, which is hopefully going to be in a couple of weeks.
The main place people are told to give feedback is the official forums. Being English is the only language allowed. Is there a place you'd suggest the non-English speakers to voice their feedback?
Oh my goodness, that is a really challenging one. If you're doing it in Spanish, I would say tag Gears Latam, aka TC Tyrus. That's the best way of doing that one. Any other language? I wish I could tell you that we had people we had a multilingual team that covered the globe and represented a whole bunch of stuff like that, but sadly we don't. The best way for you to kind of ask questions or give feedback is like use Google Translate, kind of like we would. And you know, we can kind of try to go back and forth with that as best as we can. I know that's probably not a satisfactory answer, but that's the best thing that we can do.
A while back, you mentioned about the possibility of giving away Gears coins for tuning into the weekly developer streams. Is that still in the works?
You know, that was something we did talk about, and it kind of got delayed by the all of the stuff coming out, Highbusters, DLC, Op 5, all of that, the Christmas break. That can be something that we can maybe flag to Andy, who's been on our stream before, who we love, and see kind of what he thinks. He wasn't opposed to it before. As our progression guy, we want to kind of figure that out. So that's something that maybe we can make a note and we can ask about.
So there was a question a while back asked about the banners that we had for characters in PvE. So in the past, when you got to level 18, prior to Op 4 maybe, you would get given a banner for that character, and since then they've been removed. I am chasing up what's happened to that, so I don't have a confirmed answer for you yet, but I have asked what has happened to those banners and what's going to happen with them. Now there is a permanent section of the store. Has TC considered splitting the featured section between weekly and daily updates?
And we would not do that. To update the game, that requires what we call an LCC, which is known like a live client change. So for us to update the store on a daily basis actually puts a tremendous amount of strain on the team. And for us to go and do that because we have to QA things, there's just a testing process that we have to go through things, even if they've already been inside of the store in this scenario. So for us to update on a daily basis would require a reworking of our processes and our systems. Games that already do that, you've built that design in from the outset, and because we never designed to have a daily store, it would just be one of those ones that would be a challenge.
Any plans to implement full remapping for controller?
Probably not. That is a lot of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't have really expected to see that. In making my videos about control schemes, I started to gain an appreciation of how difficult it is to map everything with so few buttons. You need multiple commands on a single button, and priority starts to become an issue. That said, there's certainly a lot of issues with the control schemes that I'd like to see them address, and honestly, if they allowed a full action-based remapping, I know I, and probably many others, would take the time to do it right and have a blast with it.
I am actually leaving the coalition. So tomorrow is going to be my last day. So this is a goodbye stream for me. So Sarah and Tyrus and Kilo and Azura, they're sticking around. They are going to continue to be there with you guys, talking to you guys, being on the front lines.
So, wow, was not expecting that. I guess, yeah, good luck, Dana, on your future endeavors. And yeah, wow, sorry, that one just really caught me off guard there.
Does Thrashball still exist in the Gears 4 or Gears 5 timeline?
I went scrambling to see if I could. I was watching the stream at that part, actually. It was between meetings, and I went scrambling to see if I could find it. I'm almost positive that there's a collectible in either Gears 4 or 5 that is a magazine that talks about the DB Thrashball League, maybe. But I think the short answer is yes.
Okay, cool. So I was not going crazy.
So who is replacing Dana? That's a great question. There's going to be a job posting, I think, actually starting Monday. Tomorrow's my last day. And they're going to be looking for somebody to fill that.
Oh my god. Liam? Octus? Please? It'd be so wonderful for him to return, but yeah, I won't get my hopes up there. And on that note, we're going to wrap things up here. Again, best of luck to Dana on whatever the future holds for you. And as always, for those of you watching this, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I wanted to thank you all for watching this, and I will catch you next time.